True crime, a terrible sight, world of YouTube. Ding dong here. Bring you live. Well, not live, but bring you some, I don't know. So bringing you something, somewhere, somehow. No. In all seriousness. We're talking tonight about the Shirley and Russell Dermond murders. If I'm saying that right. Now I did want to say about looking into serial killers in Georgia. And boy, Georgia had quite a few serial killers, mind you. A couple of them being a woman. But, a couple of them, mind you, have a very, very interest. This guy over here, Ronaldo Rivera, he wasn't much to look at. Even though he's stalking children. He's on death row. Can't wait till I hear if he dies. This guy, Gary Michael Hilton. What was this one? Death for murder. Oh yeah, here we go. Now this was in 2008. Mind you, the other murders were done in 2014, I believe. But, due to the fact that we're looking at decapitation here, decapitating Cheryl Dunlap, a school teacher, murdering John and Irene Bryant. He's on death row, but where I'm getting at with this, there's something, the pleading guilty to stabbing death of a woman in 2004. Notorious serial killers. You got Charlton Gary, 40 years ago, but authorities. Now these, either people have, died by strangulation, which I believe, no, the Shirley woman was died by, I think they did say something about strangulation too, after she maybe have been hit with flat blunt trauma. I mean, seeing the strangulation, seeing the decapitation, it seems, and there's another one, I mean, not this guy. This guy's a freaking dip crap shit. Wanted to show something. I think there's another one in here. And on him. Oh, the Ripper, that's nobody. I thought there was another one in here that said of the decapitation. But seeing that other person with decapitation, old people involved, and seeing strangulation, you know what? It's gonna found on me that we have a copycat killer. It could be a serial killer. And to see that someone would take a case like this and to redo something, just like the Delphi murders, You know, there's so many things going around that case, but with all these other murders that had happened, similarities, and now in Georgia with this one, with the similarities to this, with a couple serial killers out there like the first one. If you want to check out this list, I mean, like I say, there, not all of them have similarities, but you know, Georgia's had quite a few serial killers, and this most likely could be another one with this Shirley and Russell murder. And of course, when you see stuff like this happening, and then you, what the hell, hear of it happening again in the same state, I gotta look up these other murders to see how close the towns are. But then again, folks, serial killers travel. And the ones that don't want to be caught, you know, and don't want to leave behind stuff like in this Russell and Shirley case, them are the ones that kind of got the brains, but kind of don't. And to see that now there was other murders throughout time like this, and suspecting that, yeah, there could be a friggin' copycat serial killer. Oh, hey, that right there, folks. That right there, man, just blows my mind. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the dates are all wrong. Don't match up with dates, but still, you gotta think. You gotta think, and you gotta think, like, beyond what's in the box of evidence. Let's put it that way. You have a box of evidence. You have clues. If you have DNA, you still gotta look beyond the box, out of the box, and think, you know, there's could be more to this than just one thought theory. And how to analyze that like that. And that being said, that's why I come up with all kinds of thoughts, theories, ideas. Of course, people get mad at me because they say I ramble on about things, but hey, when you see similarities in a case like I just found, decapitation in Georgia, strangulation in Georgia. Oh, that was another thing. I think someone in this article did get hit, you know, blunt objects too, hard blunt objects or whatnot. I think I did read that too. So there's 3 things found at the Shirley Russell murder scene. 3 things that look like have been carried on by someone else. You know, that's the thing. And you gotta think about it. To catch a killer, you gotta think about a killer. Think like a killer. And to me, when somebody gets bored with their life, or if they just seclude themselves away, and to me, when you have mental health, that is a bad zoning danger zone. The zoning plan for that is a leak for disaster. You cannot seclude yourself away and think you're gonna, you know, not start thinking about dark, demented things. Either you're gonna end up, sorry to say, you know, this is the truth. When you have mental health, you're either gonna kill yourself, or you're just gonna hide yourself away in a, you know, in a state of depression that you don't leave. You get paranoid and you lock yourself away, or you're gonna just start thinking these thoughts of, why should I suffer? And that's what I think happens to killers, because they can't get a date, or they can't make friends, or they can't, you know, go about their life being normal because they can't be normal because they're labeled. And that's the thing with the world today. Too many people judge the book by the cover besides reading that person. And that's the thing I can do myself is when I meet people, I can read people. I can read out freaks. I can read out normal. I can read out the friggin' very mentally insane. And I can definitely read out if someone is very looking, strange, stocky looking, gonna go around eyeballing people. And, I could label a person if I wanted to, but I choose not to. I mean, hell, the things I've seen in my life, boy, I tell you. There's a lot of things I've seen in my life. And I guess that's why I can honestly say that I took all this stuff in and I kept it in the back of my head, locked away in a little room and the key to say one day I might need this information. And sure as shit, look at me now, it comes up. Boom. And don't get me wrong, I like to say I don't come up with everything because a lot of people help me here. Remember, the band ain't nothing without the fans. Just like a YouTube channel ain't nothing without the fans. But you combine minds together. You start getting stuff out and you start working into a clever way of sorting out the pieces to the puzzle. And yes, one day that puzzle will be complete. And that's why I take my thoughts, theories, and ideas and ramble on like I do. Because within the madness, something can pop up in my brain. And poof, I put it on camera. That's why I like to ramble on, because when I start thinking and I start going into details and I start going into all this stuff, I'm thinking. It's just like when I go to bed and then I think so much, and when I wake up the next morning, I forget everything. I gotta get a book beside my bed, and I keep saying it, but I haven't done it yet. But as soon as I get something in my head and I gotta write it down, I gotta start doing this stuff. Because, right, sometimes people gotta realize rambling on leads to rambling into something that could be hidden, locked away, and just poof, appears in your brain. And that information needs to be documented. And like I say with this case, I got a good reason to believe that this could be a serial killer due to the fact of the similarities to other serial killers. And right, there's always a copycat waiting to find, a good motive to start terrorizing. And when they find out simple things like this and dig deep into the mind, and some of these serial killers, I can tell you, boy, some of them are intelligent, but yet dumb in other ways, because when they do get caught, but the intelligence kicks in and their mind's always wheeling in what they're gonna do next, who they're gonna plan on next, what they're gonna do. And that's why they say, in order to catch that killer, you gotta think like that killer. To find out that next striking point, well, that's, tough. But to look deep into cases like this, and when you find similarities, the old serial killers from the same state, mind you, well, then there's something there, and somebody has to keep their eyes open. Them are my thoughts and theories so far on this. I still haven't done my mapping out, but this is what I wanted to do first. And like I said, seeing the similarities there is like, whoa, decapitation. What was it? Attacking old people. What the frig is up with Georgia and some of the residents there? What are these people doing? You nutbags. But all in all, I do think there might be some type of serial killer out there still copycatting or making their own little trademark on things that they want to do and be known for. Because for someone to go into someone's house, cut a head off, and then keep it clean, yeah, something's wrong there. Something is definitely mentally wrong if it is, whether it is a person that didn't like these two and just wanted to be rid of them in their own little sick world that they brainiacked up on. That's right. Gotta think these things out. You gotta think whether or not the person is still out there, you know, whether or not that person is dead or died or had died, but still, right, you gotta keep it in the back of your mind to keep digging. There's more than just the evidence in that box. There's stuff that's gonna be out of the box that you gotta look for. That's right. My analysts on this case, I'm gonna do a little mapping out. Gotta do a little mapping out of where these other people are killers at, and to detect to see, yeah, hey, if they could be someone being a big fan of these people. Thought I heard that bang. Thought I'm hearing that banging again. I was walking down the parking lot with the pug, and he stopped and looked. There was a big bang, but I think it came out of the building. But funny thing is, the building was closed down for the night. But now, way in the distance, yeah. I don't know, folks, whatever's out there. Now it's stopped. Very strange, very strange. I think something of a big phenomenon is going to be coming up. Oh, yes, I do. I got a gut feeling on that. Anyways, be safe, take care, always beware. And yes, just like I say, this could be a possible serial killer. Church bells ring in a distance. To all you serial killers, you better beware. Because there is always another possibility that there could be another boogeyman out there.